Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, July 29th, 2015. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Cloudy skies and no, doesn't look too nice outside. Looks like we're going to get some rain today as we are really just getting ready to enter our raining season. So yeah, looks like we're going to get some water today. That's alright. It's a good day to sit and do some good trading. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. It's a pretty cool website. Check it out. All right, we got some charts to talk about, some news to talk about, a little bit of commentary notes, not too many. And let's get started. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that probably 100% of the time I do this recording in the Asia session. So we look at 30-minute charts, so just keep that in mind. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my 27-year career in fire rescue out of the great state of Florida. And, well, it's 2015. I'm still here. Love trading in Asia, love living in Asia. It's a great place to retire, and I'm having a great time. I do trade every trading day, the Forex markets, and I trade all 3 sessions. I trade Asia, I trade London, and I trade about the first 3 hours of New York. That brings me up to about 11 p.m. And then I'm pretty much done for the day. Now, I don't trade straight through from 6:30, 7 in the morning when I open my charts till 11 p.m. I do get breaks, to get 2-hour break here and a 3-hour break there. I do get breaks, so it's not like I'm on my charts all that time. So that's just a little bit about myself. Let's get to the risk disclaimer, which is illegal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's move over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at the indices and see what's going on there. Yeah, there was a lot of green on the U.S. markets turned around yesterday, and why was that? Well, I'll get to that in just a second. The U.S. 30 closed at 1.09% in the green. The S&P 500 was up 1.24%. The NASDAQ was in the green at 0.98%. With the small cap 2000 out of New York, it was green at 0.85%. Let's take a look at the Eurozone. The DAX was in the green at 1.06%. The FTSE 100 was positive at 0.77%. The CAC 40 was positive 1.01%. And the Euro Stoxx 50 out of Frankfurt was up 1.17%. I don't know why we didn't see a bunch of big moves yesterday in the charts. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Traders, let's go over to Asia now. Remember, these countries are currently trading, and the Nikkei 225 is down negative 0.48%, with the S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is up 1.01%. The Shanghai is positive 0.63%, and the Hang Seng is also positive 0.38%, and the Kospi out of Seoul is up 0.61%. So that's what's going on the indices. Well, let's talk about our trading calendar today. There really is none. There is no high impact data today. This is a totally technical trading day. I want to get back to why we all of a sudden saw, we've had, close to 4 days of, 5 days of red in both the Asia, London, and Euro, and U.S. sessions. We've seen red on our indices. And why was that? Well, that was because of the China crash of their markets. And what happened yesterday was China opened with, it was down 5%. So what happened through the trading day was, it was about their lunch when I was listening to Trade the News, which is my news feed, and they'd come back up to 2.5%. Well, at their close, they actually closed only negative 1%. And the markets just soaked that up. The markets just loved knowing that and just really soaked that up. And that's why we had this reverse. So now we're getting some dollar strength back again, and we'll see that in the charts. So so now things are starting to turn around, as the Chinese did inject a bunch of money into their stock market and to sort of like get people sort of even, because a lot of people lost like their whole savings and stuff. It's amazing. So a news report yesterday that just boggled my mind. Just real quickly, this one gentleman basically had $100,000, and he had it all in one stock. The crash hit and he lost everything, but he was leveraged. So basically, he had $1 million and he lost everything. So now he owes the stock money. He owes the money. So never put your eggs in one basket is a lesson there. So that's my commentary for today. Things look like they're turning around, and we're going back to our trending markets and the way they should be. So we got some good charts to look at, and as you know, they are always 30-minute charts, meaning that each candlestick on the chart is 30 minutes in duration. So let's get started with the euro dollar. Euro dollar, you can see it's come back down again. It's just popped up a little bit here in Asia. We're bouncing off this daily pivot point. I really don't want to buy the euro. First of all, it's coming up to a resistance area. I don't want to buy the euro. The euro is bearish. Look at the daily chart. It is bearish, bearish, bearish. So we want to sell the euro. So I want this to break through this daily pivot point to the downside, and we'll sell it at 1.1046, and we'll take profit at the daily S2 pivot at 1.0977. Be a really nice trade, and we'll have a very nice day today if that works. Now, traders, this can bounce off this daily pivot and just continue up, and that's a decision you have to make if you want to get into this or not. I mean, there's no data today, so I wouldn't be jumping into this now, as we're in Asia and there's nothing going on. And if you look at the current candle there, it's a doji. So we're looking at the London Open. I get funny charts about an hour before the London Open, and then take a look at that and see what you got from that point on. All right, let's take a look at the pound dollar. The pound dollar is sideways. As you can see, it's been sideways for quite a while. This pair has been all over the place. So we're playing the range here, and this is a 43 pip range. This pair trades an average of 130 pips a day on a 4-week average. There's plenty of websites out there where you can get the daily range. I use one that I like, and you can set the parameters of what you're looking for as far as how far out you want. So I always go to 4 weeks. So this is a 4-week range, and it normally trades 133 pips a day. And now we're trading 43 pips, probably for the last 2 weeks, right? So this is pretty ugly. However, we're at resistance right now. We're at the top, right? So we know the golden rule is we sell at resistance, we buy at support. So we would look for a bearish candlestick formation. We'll sell this down to, at a minimum, the support at 55.76, which is okay. But you're only looking at like a 30 pip trade. So if it breaks through there, you're gonna control this down, and you really want to get to that 200 exponential moving average, or the daily S1 that's marked on the chart. And you can see where I have an arrow to the downside. So what happens if you miss this, and this comes down and breaks the support? Well, what you'd want is a retest of that, and then I would not trade that from that support level to the 200, because I think that's less than 20 pips. So I wait for it to clear that daily S2, and then I just take it all the way. I'm sorry, the daily S1, and then I take that all the way down to the daily S2 pivot, and just sell it from there, and just take it down from there. So yeah, we're playing the range thing. If it breaks resistance here, get a retest, and we'll take it up to the daily R1 to start, and hopefully the daily R2 if we get lucky. But this pound has been very funky in the last couple of days, really all week, and Thursday and Friday last week. This pound has just been all over the place and really ugly, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens here. This is going to be an interesting day to watch the pound. Like I said, no high impact data today. Let's take a look at the Aussie. The Aussie, everybody's probably saying to me, William, you got to be crazy, you want to sell this. But I don't want to buy the Aussie dollar, right? I mean, the Aussie is weak, right? We don't want to. This has an upburst, and the only reason it had an upburst is because we had dollar weakness for 3 days, right? And this took advantage of it. Other than that, this pair is bearish. Look at a daily chart. You'll be amazed what you see if you look at a daily chart. This is bearish. I want to sell this. I don't want to buy this. So if this moves up, against me, it's going to move. But I don't want to buy the Aussie dollar, especially with no data. So there's nothing to push this in either direction. However, the trend is to the downside, so we're going to stay with the trend. Now, we do have a battle coming down, right? We've got a 200 exponential moving average. We've got a support line on that EA right there, that yellow line. We've got the daily pivot, and then we'll finally get to our profit at 0.7281. So, this is going to take work for this pair to work to the downside. And a day without data, it's going to be a tough one. I don't know if this one's going to do anything, to be honest with you. This, I think, might go just sideways unless something crazy comes out from either China or the Greece situation. But I think the Greece situation is pretty much settled down. I think it's just now they're just fighting with the debitors and the creditors and all that stuff. But I think it's pretty much calmed down. Say look at the Euro Aussie. The Euro Aussie, was in a really nice uptrend. It broke to the downside yesterday, and I sort of said that even though I had a bullish trade plan, I said this has been at resistance, and looks like it's getting weak to me, and there's a good chance this is going to sell off, and that's exactly what it did. And I kicked myself because if you look over to the end of this yellow line on the top here, and you go to this first red candle, this blue candle we were watching in Asia during the recording. If I would have stayed and watched this, this ended up giving us a doji, and the next candle was red, and if you would have taken that to the downside, you would have been fine. And if you were conservative and took the third red candle, you still would have made like 70 pips on this trade, 68 pips on this trade. So, there was a warning there, and that doji was your key right there, that this bull move was getting weak and it was ready to take its way down. However, we're at support now, and we know the golden rule, we buy at support, so I want to take this back to the upside. So I'm thinking that this might be a fib of the swing. I didn't fib it because I'm really not concerned about a fib here. We're bouncing off this 200. I mean, no, it hasn't touched it, but basically we're bouncing off this 200. So if we can get to over 5,100 and close above 5,100, let's just take this up. Let's just go for the ride. And this is over 100 pip trade here if it works. So this would be pretty interesting. Now, this pair moves, traders, this pair moves on a 4-week average of 160 pips a day. So, this can do what we want it to do. Again, the issue is we have no data today, and that's an issue. But this pair moves 163 pips a day on a 4-week average. I checked all that before I did my recording this morning. I'm sorry, it's morning in Thailand. And I apologize for the noise in the background, but they're doing work on the roof, and I live on the top floor. So I get to listen to that all day. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen. This is Euro Yen. This pair has just been all over the place. This is an ugly chart. Look left of the chart. Who knows what this is going to do? The only thing I can say is we're going to take advantage of support. And the support is that daily pivot point. It's got a nice red candle. You know what? Come down to this daily pivot. It's tested it 3 times. Wasn't able to break through it. Let's see if it'll do it again, and we'll take this to the upside at 136.63. And we'll take profit at the daily R1 pivot at 136.94. And also we have a resistance line from our indicator. And, what a great place to get out, right? We want to get out there. So, basically I'm looking for a bullish candle, and we're going to take this to the upside. I mean, that's to make it easy. I wanted to get down further before London Open, right? You don't want to be taking any trades before London Open. We want to stay where we're at. We don't want to be entering trades in Asia right now because there's no volatility in the market. We have, like I said, we have no data. All right, let's take a look at the last one. I have 6 currency pairs, the New Zealand dollar. This took advantage of the dollar weakness for the last 4 days, 5 days, and this just took off. And this had nothing to do with the Kiwi. This was all about the dollar, and now the dollar is starting to get its strength back. So I'm expecting this to go back into its trend. And if you look at a daily chart, you'll be amazed. It's like almost a straight line down, and I'm looking for this to go back to its trend, break the trend line. Give me a bearish candlestick formation, and you know what? We're just going to take this back down to the daily pivot at 0.6663, and we're going to try to get in at 67.09, or anywhere below 69.99 would be 60. 695 would probably be a nice entry level to get into this. Just make sure you clear the 6,700 before you get into the trade. Make sure you're below that and you have a candlestick close below that, and then just take this down. And it'll be a nice 40 or 50 pip trade for you. And if it continues down, we'll just take it down to this, which is now was resistance, now support line, and we'll just take it down from there. But this just really took advantage of the dollar weakness in the last several days, and that's all that this is. But the Kiwi is not strong, folks. This is all about the dollar. All right, traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me today on a Wednesday, hump day, in the middle of our trading week. Glad to be with you. Remember, traders, come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day, and we will catch you tomorrow for another episode of the Market Opening Preview. Always remember to trade smart and not hard. Have a great day, traders. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.